Krillin Oka Snake, way Super Kame Dende, Super Duper Saiyan Guru Nappa steals the show. Hashtag Snug is Muffin, Bud and Kaio, what Vegeta's Bud and Heat the Space Dog, what the Space Dog Marin is a hoe. We all love Team 4-Star! So much time we want to give money to Mark's Patreon so he can buy food and stuff, because YouTube can be a dick sometimes, you know it, isn't it? Yeah! You're a fucking idiot. Man, oh man, you guys have been asking for this one non-stop since I put out my top 10 Dragon Ball Z Abridged episodes video. And I have decided to answer your helpless call for content. For I am a merciful god and I will take pity on your mortal souls. Now, in case you've been living under a rock and somehow managed to miss the other videos in this incredibly original series, the concept of which I made up all by myself with no help whatsoever, here's the game plan. I'm going to review all numbered episodes of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, so that's episodes 1 through 60 in 10 words or less, while giving them all a score from -10 all the way up to 10. A negative score meaning so bad it's good, so in a practical sense, the closer it is to 0, the worse it is. And it will all be with whole numbers, so I can't weasel my way out of a tough call with cop-out answers like 9.5. So, without further ado, I am Totally Not Mark, and this is every episode of Dragon Ball Z Abridged reviewed in 10 words or less. Oh, fuck. So, turns out the folks over at Team 4-Star are sort of comedic geniuses and have never really put out a bad episode of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, so to speak. Which makes this half of my graph completely useless. Looks like I'm gonna have to amend the formula a little here. Right, let me see. Multiply the 3, carry the 1. Okay, so I think I figured this out. This time around, I'm going to focus on just the positive numbers, with 10 being excellent and 1 being just good, I guess. So if I say an episode is only 1 out of 10, there's no need to make a response video debunking me.
What a story, Mark.
The episode is still enjoyable, I'm just trying to account for the quality creep of the series, if you get what I mean. Right, okay, take 2. I'm Totally Not Mark, and this is every episode of Dragon Ball Z Abridged reviewed in 10 words or less. Hey look, another Abridged series. Just what we needed. Oh, okay, this one might actually be good. Mahogany. Huh? A filler episode in an Abridged series. Cool. Nappa appears. The crowd goes wild. Good God, Popo is terrifying. Man, Nappa is just really carrying this show, huh? Cadaverific. And with Nappa dead, so too dies DBZA. Good night, sweet Oh, nope, never mind. We're good. Let's go to space! Filler. I mean, it's fine, but filler. Starts off kind of slow, but gets better towards the end. Enter Free. Quack! Dodori is a woman. Greatest plot twist since The Sixth Sense. You know the Bishinen line? Well, turns out Zarbon's the exception. I've got a lovely bunch of Dragon Balls. Do. God, Vegeta's just killing it this season. Goran no sponsor no tekyo de okurishmasu. Toku Sentai. As God is my witness, he is broken in half. I've grieved for Raccoon harder than actual family members. Nail. Oh, not Jay. Wait, am I rooting for the Ginyus? Nail. The nail inside Piccolo's head idea is literally fucking genius. You are my lucky star. You know the Bishinen line? Well, turns out Frieza's the example. Oh my god, Goku versus Frieza, it's finally happening! The longest, yet also greatest 5 minutes of my life. Mere words cannot express my gratitude towards Mr. Popo. Pink shirt Vegeta is best girl.
Frieza.eggs has stopped responding. Ding.
And the Father of the Year award goes to... Man, I keep forgetting how funny Dr. Gero was. I've watched this more times than I've had hot dinners. Gero needs to work on his stealth tactics. Bulma wants to bang Trunks. Thanksgiving is gonna be awkward. Yeah, kick her ass, Vegeta. Oh, these squares make a circle. Road trip.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Jesus Christ, Imperfect Cell needs to be Me Too'd ASAP. I demand TFS start printing East City Westman jerseys. Goku mispronouncing Hypersonic Lion Tamer will never not be funny. Amazing dialogue, amazing fight scene, amazing episode. Holy shit, Android 16 kicks ass! Holy shit, Ten Shinhan kicks ass! Oof, you pressed the Goku button. You shouldn't have did that. Abridged Super Saiyan Vegeta is my gender. P is for priceless, the look upon your faces. Fun fact, this Final Flash is better than the original. Oh man, Trunks get it raw. A nice breather episode after all that action. God, I love Goku and Mr. Perfect Cell's banter. Android 16's backstory is officially canon. Fuck you, fight me. Today is fighting day. Oh my god, Goku versus Cell, it's finally happening. Yes, after all this time, Gohan's gonna fight Cell. Worth the wait, worth every goddamn second. Now, obviously I wouldn't expect you to go back through this episode to see which ones are the best and the worst is the wrong word. Least best? So, here are my personal best and least best episodes of Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Top 5, number 5, episode 50. If there was some way to boil down Abridged Super Saiyan Vegeta into liquid form and shoot him directly into my veins, God knows I'd be living in a cracked end by now. Considering how often we have to watch Vegeta get the crap kicked out of him only to be saved by Goku, I'll take any opportunity to watch him dominate for a change, and holy shit does he dominate this episode. Number 4, episode 56. I've always felt that the androids were sort of underdeveloped in Dragon Ball Z, but Team 4 Star's originally animated scene tying 16 back into the Dragon Ball story is one of the most intelligent writing decisions I've ever seen for Dragon Ball. The episode is funny, sure, but such a notable and objective improvement over the source material definitely earns it a top spot. Number 3, episode 36. If there was some way to boil down Abridged Super Saiyan Vegeta into liquid form and shoot it directly into my veins, God knows I'd be living in a cracked end by now. Considering how often— Wait. Is anyone getting a weird sense of deja vu? Number 2, episode 30. Frieza is by far and away my favorite Dragon Ball Z villain, and Martin Bellini's rendition of the character is by far and away my favorite depiction of the tyrant, minus the Japanese performance. His uppity, bratty attitude plays perfectly with Goku's idiotic demeanor. It's just a great way to relive what may be the most iconic fight in anime history. And the number 1 episode obviously goes to episode 60. Okay, yeah, I know they're doing the Boo saga, but it's important to view this episode through the lens it was originally presented. We all thought that this was going to be the end of DBZA, and this episode was written as such. From the touching goodbye between Goku and Gohan to the epic father-son Kamehameha, to Cell's beautifully performed swan song for both himself and the series, episode 60 delivers on all expectations and then some. I was fully prepared to accept this as the series finale, making that season 4 ending card all the sweeter. But yeah, okay, if you've seen my top 10 episodes of Dragon Ball Z Abridged video, you already knew all that. And if you haven't, why not? You should check it out. It's by far the greatest totally not marked video ever released. This is in no small part due to the man who helped write it, a handsome, charming, and exquisite Oh, Jesus, Tom, I'm not reading this. It's like 3 pages long and, oh, jeez, it's so graphic. Ugh. Anyways, here are my 5 least favorite Dragon Ball Z Abridged episodes. Man, I need a new writing staff and a shower. Number 5, episode 13. There's a joke about unlucky number 13 starting off my top 5 least favorite episodes list somewhere, but I'd like to believe I'm above that. I mean, I'm not obviously, but I certainly like to believe so. Now, this is a perfectly fine episode, but that right there is the issue. When the competition is so strong, perfectly fine just doesn't cut it. Number 4, episode 2. This is another episode that exists in sort of a critical paradox. The writing is unrefined and a lot of jokes feel forced, but it's still funny somehow. I mean, almost all of the gags here feel contrived, but as it turns out, even when Team 4 Star are fumbling over themselves, they still manage to get a genuine laugh or two. Number 3, episode 12. I feel like episode 31 and episode 12 are sort of the antithesis of one another. Whereas in episode 31, TFS felt confident enough to throw out what needed throwing out, here it seems, to me at least, they felt some sort of obligation to cover the filler. As the series goes on, it's plain to see how confident they become in their own abilities, and rightfully so. Episode 12, however, exists almost as a relic of the past. Number 2, episode 1.
Have you noticed how all of these entries from my top 5 least favorite episodes all take place in the early days of DBZA? It just stands to show how much better things get as they go on. Again, it's a perfectly fine episode, but that's about it. I mean, objectively, you should want your early episodes to be the worst you produce. That's how you know you're improving. So even though Dragon Ball Z Abridged had a rocky start, well, you don't need me to tell you how good things got. And finally, number 1, episode 4. So I've rewatched Dragon Ball Z Abridged an awful lot lately, more times than I care to admit in fact, and episode 4 is the only episode I consistently find myself texting through. The Princess Snake bit goes on a little bit too long and it never really lands for me. But you know what the worst part is? It's still fucking funny. I mean, this is an episode with Popo's pecking order for Christ's sake, and the German homoerotic demons. This is supposed to be the worst episode, damn it. Why am I still cracking smiles? So I'm gonna hand this one over to you guys. Do you agree with my list? I'd like to send a special thanks to Tom again for writing this week's episode. He's a terrific comedic talent, and one look at his personal YouTube channel will be enough to convince you of that, I assure you. Be sure to check him out and subscribe. If you guys would like to support the production of further videos on this channel, check out my Patreon in the description down below, if you so choose. In any case, I've been Totally Not Mark. Thank you so much for watching.